What do you do when you're putting in the work but you're not getting the results? This week, I'm on track to lose 0 pounds, and I'm totally fine with that. A lot of you are going to freak out if you ever see the scale be the same for an entire week. I'm tracking all my macros, like I'm on the meal plan, I'm doing the workouts, I'm doing everything, but the scale isn't going down. Okay, then what do? You have to adapt, adjust, overcome, whatever it is you want to say. You got to do something different. So, come Sunday, after I get the entire week of data and I have a game plan laid out in my head, I'm going to adjust. And next week, guess what? I'm going to lose another pound of fat. I'm not worried about this week at all. Be grateful the scale didn't go up. If you did everything right, be grateful that you aren't that one dude who is cheating on his diet. He's gaining 2, 3, 4, 5 pounds in a week because he ate a bunch of food, and now he's got all this water weight in his body that he has to get rid of. The next week, his body is totally not in fat loss phase anymore. Now he has to go another 7 days or so to get all the glycogen and water out of his body and then start losing fat again. Now he's been on a 2 week process where he could have been staying the same or going lower. Instead, he chose to go up, then stay the same, and then go lower, delaying his process another 2 weeks. Because why? Maybe he got impatient. Maybe he just got so overwhelmed with his emotions that he was like, oh, I just need to eat food. There are times and places when you can just, I just need to eat food. You know when those are? It's when you work really hard and your body is fatigued, your body is tired, your body needs fuel. Those are the times every once in a while, maybe once a month. Depending on how active you are, maybe once every 2 weeks. That's kind of what I'm like right now, once a week, once every 2 weeks, just because I run so much. I lift so hard. I'm always walking around. I'm always doing stuff. I can afford to have big meals, especially when I'm on a sustainable plan, a sustainable lifestyle, the lifestyle that I'm going to live for the rest of my life. When I'm doing that, I can do, like the point of my lifestyle is I want to be able to do things like that every week. So I'm going to do that now. I'm not just going to wait till I'm in shape to do that, because then you're putting this anticipatory period on your goal, on your result that does not need to be there. If you're thinking about anything like, my life's going to be so much better when I hit the goal, I'm going to have this opportunity to do whatever, I'm finally going to be able to binge eat whenever I want because I'll be in shape, like, you have the wrong idea. You should expect in your mind, my life is going to be the exact same before and after I achieve the goal. The difference is me. My life is the same, everything's normal, but I'm a different person. That is important. That's the most important part. It's the personal development. It has nothing to do with the material, the side of the goal. There are going to be material changes, but once you feel and realize that the internal change is it's like the most important, it's the gold, the meat and potatoes of the entire process, then the physical differences in your life are just going to be like, oh, yeah, whatever. Go talk to any rich person. They're always like, every day that I dreamed of having that car, that Lamborghini or the Ferrari, it felt like I just needed to have it. And once I got it, I was like, man, like I just don't need it anymore. I don't want it. Or I feel like a jerk just flexing this and showing it off because I spent so long wanting it, now I have it, and now I feel like I'm just showing all the people that don't have it that I'm better than them. But that's not the case. That's not the case. Once my abs finally come in, it's gonna be I'm gonna be living the same life because I'm already the person. I am going from here to here in my personal development, point A to point B, and I'm on that journey, and I'm so close to point B. You know, the material results are not even in my sights anymore. It's not about the people that are gonna look at me or the girls that are gonna notice me or the friends who are gonna talk to me differently. I don't care. I do not care. That's not the stuff that matters. What matters is me and the internal difference I'm making in my life. Because the person that you need to become to go from fat, overweight, obese, binge eating, can't be consistent in the gym, to being abs shredded, like lifestyle on point, living life to the fullest, that's what's important. And the person you have to become to do that is what's going to allow you to go to the next level. And that's the other things that you're doing in your life. I don't know about you, but me personally, I don't want to wake up when I'm 30 years old, be fat, have a crappy job, have no money in the bank, have no experiences under my belt of insane things that I got to do in my life, and have aches and pains because I'm getting older. If you take care of yourself, you live your life, you challenge yourself, I guarantee you that when I'm 30 years old, I'm going to be so in shape, it's insane. I'm not going to be in pain because I'm getting older because I'm taking care of myself. I'm going to have money in the bank. I'm going to have an awesome occupation to keep me busy. I'm going to have a beautiful wife. I'm going to have kids. I'm going to have like a whole family doing things that are meaningful instead of waking up every day and hating my life. And right now, let me tell you, I'm not going to wake up when I'm 30 and love my life because I'm jacked, have money, have a beautiful wife, have kids, whatever it is. I'm going to wake up and be happy because of the person I am internally. Does that make sense? If that didn't make sense, then rewatch it. Try to make it make sense, because that's the simplest thing I could have said. Me waking up when I'm 30 years old has nothing to do with the money, the body, the wife, the kids, the house, the car. Nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with the person I became to go from point A to point B. Everything to do with the personal development. I have so much conviction in this belief. I know that to be true. And if you're worried, if you're on the other side of the screen, you're worried. Like, I'm worried about being in shape in the future. I'm worried about having enough money in the future to support a family. I'm worried about this or that. If you focus on developing yourself, all of those things are going to fall into place, and I know that. And you can take my word for it, because you're about to see me do it. On this platform right here on YouTube, you're going to see me continue to transform my life, and go from point A to point B, living life like I'm the happiest person alive, so grateful and joyful to be waking up every day to do something about my life and my situation. The same reason why that when I'm happy when I'm 30 is not going to be because of the material things, it's going to be because of the internal personal development things, is the same reason why you have rich people who, on the outside, they have millions of dollars. They have the business. They have the whatever. On the inside, they're still being chained to the vices. They're cheating on their wives. They're doing drugs or whatever it is. Those certain things that everyone's going to have certain things like that if they don't develop themselves interpersonally. Those people are the ones that are depressed. Just because they have the money and the cars doesn't make them happy. You know this. Money doesn't buy happiness. Develop yourself. It's so worth it. Do it, bro. Do it for yourself. Do it for your future self. Do it for your family. Do it for your wife. Do it for the Lord. Do it for the love of the game. Do it for God. Do it for God. You have every reason in the world to develop yourself. Don't trip. Today I woke up, fasted, took a run outside, on my plan to run a marathon by the end of the year. It was a speed run in intervals. And it was hot, I was sweaty, and I was persisting, I was focused. And what that taught me this morning was I'm going to try to look at something today, something that I maybe don't want to do on the outside. I don't want to put that work in, and I'm going to focus on it. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to pursue it to the point to where it no longer feels uncomfortable. Once you pass that threshold of idea, action, it feels uncomfortable, and then you keep going, and then there's time, and you keep going through time, and then you hit the part where it's no longer uncomfortable, and it's just your baseline state in that moment. And that's what it felt like during my running. I had to do a 10-minute tempo run in the middle of 2-minute speed intervals. And it felt awkward. I've never done that before. But that's what the guided plan I had today was. And the whole point was that you're running this pace that feels uncomfortable for an extended period of time, for an uncomfortable amount of time. By the time it hit 7 or 8 minutes out of the 10-minute time on the tempo run, I was like, man, this is a learning moment. I didn't really want to do this for the past 7 minutes. But because I did, the time has passed. I already had the idea, the action, the uncomfortable stage. Now, time's passed, and I'm like, oh, I can do this. And not only can I do it, it's benefiting me. I know that I can focus on something, and that is carried out to the rest of the day. A prime example. Boom. After I ate like a late lunch or so, I was like, all right, I gotta sit down and practice my trumpet, because if you don't know about me, I love music. Trumpet is my vessel for my passion for music and creativity, and I love to play the trumpet, and I've been doing it for like almost 10 years. So I've been playing the trumpet, and I have this assignment for myself. And in the middle, like in the beginning of the assignment, I'm like, man, that's a big assignment. It's a lot to do. You sure you can do that? Throughout the entire time, I was having fun. I was focused. Even when it felt hard, even when I started to get tired, I kept persisting. I was going, kept going, kept going. And I hit flow state. And then I realized, oh, I could do this all day. I look at the time, it's like, all right, I got other stuff to do. I got to go do the other stuff. What did I do? Had a snack, went to the gym. Now I'm at the gym. I start doing my squats, okay? I'm doing squats, hitting leg day. Like, man, this kind of feels off. Like my body, like I feel good, like I feel awake, but the squats just don't feel right now. And on my second set, in the middle of it, I was like, if I keep going, like, I feel like I'm either gonna get injured or I'm gonna lose my balance or something. I stopped the set early, put the weights up, pulled out my phone, hit a story on Instagram, and was like, look, if you have a problem being able to sit down and do the work that you need to do, if you have a problem with something that's part of your process, don't throw out the process. Take that piece, replace it with something else, and keep going. So what did I do? I went to the dumbbells, I hit goblet squats. And those were going fantastic. It felt so much better. So I felt the activation of my quad so much. I could feel the mind muscle connection. I was getting fatigued a lot better. It was overall like, boom, I found the fix. Instead of squatting, oh, this feels like trash. Maybe I'll just walk on the treadmill for 5 minutes and then I'll leave the gym. Terrible, terrible idea. Never crossed my mind. I've done that before. Not today. Went and did the goblet squats. Fantastic. Leg extensions, whatever. Then I was like, all right. I'm kind of like, I feel out of it now. Like, that threw me off. I'm out of it. I'm at the gym. What am I going to do? I'm going to finish my lift. I did my other movements, and then I got the hamstrings. I've decided to finish with hamstrings today. And I was like, while I was doing calf raises, right before hamstrings, I was like, I could just go home. I could just leave. I've already done some work. At least I wasn't the guy that just, felt the squats, fell off, and then just left. At least I wasn't that guy, so it's okay, right? No. Take advantage of your opportunity. I'm already at the gym. Why the hell would I not go and grab the hamstring curls and just hit a couple sets? I'm already there. Everything during that day fell into place for me to end up at the gym at that time, in front of the hamstring curl, contemplating to myself, should I do this or should I not do it? Of course you should do it. Of course you should freaking do it, dude. Of course. Why would you not do it? Just do one set if that's what it takes. Part of what I was talking about in my story today, showing up is only part of it. And showing up can mean a lot of different things. Yeah, I can wake up in the morning and I can show up to go run. I can step outside and I can stretch and I can do a warm up and I've showed up. I'm at the thing. But am I going to complete the actual assignment? Am I going to show up for the whole assignment or just part of the assignment? Show up for the whole thing. When I'm at the gym, like, okay, I got to hit some exercises on the quads, the hamstrings, the calves, and the adductors. Okay, that's my leg day. I'm already at the gym. Oh, I showed up, so it's okay, right? No matter what I do, I showed up. I can check the box for today, and then that's that. No. That's like level 1. I'm not on level 1 anymore. I showed up at the gym. Now I got to show up for myself in each exercise. I got to show up for myself when I'm hitting quads. Show up for myself when I'm hitting calves. Show up for myself when I'm hitting adductors. And I got to show up for myself when I'm hitting hamstrings. You have to show up for yourself each step of the way. And then it goes down to the smaller micro level. Show up for yourself every single rep that you do. Push yourself every rep. Every set, every rep, everything you do. Show up in the moment. Show up. Showing up consecutively every single time. Like every time you got to hit a workout. Every time you wake up in the morning. Every Sunday even. every Sunday, every time you reset for the week, show up for yourself. You show up enough times, you're going to build up this momentum. And this momentum is going to be unbreakable. Momentum is going to be unbreakable. It might slow down, but it's never going to stop. Unless you're the guy who goes a week, all right, I got motivation. Your momentum is your motivation. That's not right. Your discipline has to be your motivation. Your dues have to be, your discipline has to be, what the heck did I just say? Your motivation is not your momentum. Your momentum can be your motivation. Your dues, your actions are your momentum. Your momentum can slow down, but once you build it up enough, it's going to be so hard to stop. You're running every day. You're lifting every day. Whatever. You're going to sleep at a good time every day. You're making your bed every day. You're journaling every day. You're going to have to miss all 5 of those things in order to kill your momentum. And more, because if you're only doing those 5 things as a human, then you're missing something. You're also tracking your macros every day. You're eating a certain food every day. You're taking care of your hobbies every day. You're walking your dogs every day. Whatever it is, you're going to have to miss every single one of those things to lose your momentum. If you're the guy who his motivation is his momentum, then you're cooked. You got to wake up, okay, it's Monday. What diet am I going to start today? Wrong mindset. I'm going to start the carnivore diet. All right, I'm going the carnivore diet. I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to buy some beef, some eggs, and maybe some milk or whatever. And that's what I'm going to eat. Okay, day 1, let's go. I feel motivated. I did this. Day 2, look at that. The scale went down. No wonder, because you're not eating any carbs. Day 3, all right, I'm eating the same thing. I'm feeling good. I have some days under my belt, but I'm feeling a little mentally tired. Day 4, I got to push through. Okay. Day 5, it's Friday. I had a long day at work, and now it's the weekend. I'll go out with my friends today. Boom, hamburger, milkshake, fries, cooked. The diet's cooked. You just ruined all the motivation you had because you killed your momentum. Because your momentum was based on your motivation. It's the same thing when you're getting results. If you have a goal, then you have a result in mind. Maybe you have multiple results in mind. You have a material result and an internal result. External result, internal result. As you go and you learn how to do it properly, you will know that any result is going to only be achieved by action. And if you know how to truly build a good momentum, then you will know how to take proper action. Making a choice to do something because of motivation can help you understand what it takes to take proper action, but that itself, I do not believe is proper action. I believe that is spontaneous, emotional, and short-lived. It can get the ball rolling, but if you get the wrong ball rolling and your core beliefs and your lifestyle, your internal self does not align with whatever the motivation gave you, whatever idea the motivation gave you to do, then you're never going to go through with it. But deep down, if you know, I've been fat for 10 years. I've been obese. I've been eating like a chud for 10 years. And now I look like this, take a picture in the mirror. I weigh this much, you weigh yourself on the scale. I feel like crap. I can't think straight. I know I gotta make a change. I know I gotta make a change. And then you get off your phone and you see a David Goggins video. Ate the same thing for however many days, ran however many miles, became a Marine, or whatever he did. Wrote all these books. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to do something today. And then you take action. That motivation is going to get the ball rolling. Internally, needs to get rolling. It's not the same as if you're fat, you're lazy, you're not living the life you want to live, you're eating whatever you want, you're you don't weigh you weigh way too you weigh 250 pounds, you're 5'6", you have a bad job, whatever, and then you look on your phone and there's an ad on there for like, you know, I don't even know here, used cars nearby. It's like, huh, I want a used car. Well, maybe I should save up some money in my job or whatever. And you save up money or whatever, and you go buy a job, you go buy a car. You got motivated to do something that does not align with you. Then what do? You have the car. It's like, oh, well, I didn't really need that because I already had a car, and I just bought another car to replace the other one. But now it doesn't really matter. You just got motivated to do something that didn't really have any impact on your life. And it's the same thing if it's like your problem is that you're overweight, and then you get motivated to go get a fat loss surgery or something. That's not going to help you. People are funny. If you just think, close your eyes for a second and think with a clear mind, what is wrong with me? And you decide what it is and you decide what you need to do. You be honest with yourself. You will have a direction, and all you got to do is take some action.